Hey there, it's Tracy. How are you? It is February 1st, and I was just thinking about you guys because I haven't recorded any of these DIY educational videos yet for this week. So tell me if you're liking this. I really love just doing lots of education on everything from DIY to, my water filter to my Instant Pot. I mean, I love all this stuff. Everything sort of real food and natural wellness. So if you guys love it, give me a thumbs up. I would love to see that. And if you have things that you want me to talk about, go ahead and comment below. I would love to hear from you. This is so fun for me. But I wanted to kind of continue on and keep talking about sort of healthy swaps in the home. I mean, so far you've heard me talk about how to make your own facial serum, right? Like that's dirt cheap and works way better than anything in the department store. We've talked about how to make your own air freshener. We've talked about how to make your own hair serum. That was really fun too. And so I just wanted to kind of continue on and talk about more healthy swaps. Angela, love that you share what you're passionate about. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. And likewise, you too. Okay, so this week I wanted to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart, and that is Clorox wipes. Let me just tell you, if you knew me like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, it's like I have gone on completely the other end of the spectrum. Ooh, we're getting some really fun suggestions here. Deodorant and furniture polish. Okay, I'll cover that in a future video. But 10 or 12 years ago, when my first son was born, let me just tell you, I was such a germaphobe. I would be on my hands and knees, I'm not even joking, with the Clorox wipes, right? Like I'd take it out of the canister. I remember buying the big Costco size. I'd be on my hands and knees, cleaning the floors, cleaning every surface of the house, right? Because I was so scared that my son was gonna get sick. I was so scared about germs. Can you guys relate? Give me a thumbs up. It was so scary to me because I just remember being a first-time mom, being really overwhelmed with just all the junk that was out there. And so I was afraid of germs. I was afraid of him getting sick. And you know what? He got sick anyway. Who knows? I probably was contributing to it because of my lack of knowledge, because I basically, bought into what I learned on TV through commercials from the, toxic cleaning manufacturers. So here's the number one thing that I want to say to you is that I know for some of you, you're still holding on to some of those cleaners, right? It's hard to let go. Old habits die hard. You guys, I remember my mom using bleach and cleaning it in the bathroom, and she would have this I don't know, she would wrap a towel around her head so she wouldn't inhale the fumes, right? But she would clean the bathroom because she was obsessed with having it super white. And I'm sure some of that OCD or whatever she had rubbed off on me too, because I was just like that when my first son was born. And so complete 180, I'm on the complete other side of the spectrum right now, where I'm just not as worried about the germs anymore. So Amanda, yeah, the Clorox wipes and the hand sanitizer, it's disgusting. I used to have it in my purse, ready to go for everybody, right? Now I'm like, you'll be fine. Just water, you're good. Just soap and water, we're all fine. But it took me a long time to get to that point. And I'm gonna explain to you why, I would love for you to just consider doing some research and looking for a healthier way to do it. So here's the thing is, I feel like we've all been sort of led to believe that we have to have these things. But the thing is just like the hand soaps with the triclosan, which have, by the way, have been banned. I think by the end of this year, they need to be banned from all commercial soaps. I think hospitals can still use them. But because they have so much toxic chemicals in them. So Clorox wipes, basically, it's like bleach in a wipe, right? They've got tons of chemicals in it. People use it because they want to disinfect and sanitize and get rid of the germs. But here's the thing, you kill everything, including the good germs, right? You sort of make your body more susceptible because you don't have good germs there. The bad germs can easily kind of reproduce. I mean, it just gets really, really crazy. And it's a really big concern when you think about what happens to all of those products. In particular, the cleaners that you clean the toilets with, right? You put bleach in the toilet, you put bleach, in the bathtub or the sinks, right? That stuff goes somewhere, right? The Clorox wipes, yeah, they're in a wipe, so they go in the trash, But still, they go to the trash. The bleach that goes down the drain, right? It goes into the water supply, just like that triclosan in the hand soap. And so that can really affect our water supply. Think about why there's all these toxic chemicals in our water supply, the increase of estrogens and all this crazy stuff, the superbugs, our immune systems are getting compromised, right? That's all due to all of these toxic cleaners that we're using. And contrary to what you think, you really don't need that stuff. Believe me, I have done it all and I'm completely on the other side of this. Here's a couple of things that I do want to sort of make known is a lot of people don't realize this, but in particular, if you've got respiratory issues, maybe they're hereditary, right? So I'm talking your asthma, your allergies, those types of, you've got things like that going on. So using these toxic cleaners can aggravate it, but here's the kicker, okay, is it could actually trigger an allergy in someone who hasn't had it before. So do your research. There's a great website called healthychild.org where you can look up, there's a great article called The Trouble with Disinfecting Wipes. I'll post the link here after I'm done, okay? You can go to EWG.org. That's the Environmental Working Group. You know what you could do is you could actually take the products that you have in your home and look in their database. They've got one for skincare, beauty products. They've got another one for cleaning products, and you can compare to see how those products rate. You could look to see, on a scale from, A to F, how do they rank? If you see something that you're using that's rated as an F, I hope that sort of gives you a moment to sort of take pause and think, do I really need it? Because chances are you don't. So I'm going to talk about some really cool things that you can do instead and why really I think just sort of getting this whole notion of sanitizing and disinfecting, you really don't need it. Just good old-fashioned clean is really what you need, okay? So you wish you could send a note with your daughter wherever she goes, Jess. You know what? Here's the cool thing is you can do a lot. Depending on where your kids go to school, I actually at the beginning of the school year gave my kids, a hand purifier. I gave them some cleaning products that were more natural, and I'll talk about one of them today. And I was like, please, if you need a refill, I'm happy to give you more because I would, I think any education that you can do for others is a huge thing. Even when my kids, go to church, they've got the hand sanitizer there. I'm like, no, we'll just go to the bathroom and wash your hands, or, I've got our own hand cleaner right here. We're going to use this instead. And they're usually pretty okay with that. But I do encourage you to do your own research. I'm only one person and I just want to, give you some information, but really at the end of the day, you should sort of be your own advocate for your health and for your wellness. So go out there and look it up. But healthychild.org and EWG.org are two great resources. So here's the thing is you give up the bleach, right? You give up these toxic cleaners. So what do you use instead? Well, there's a couple of really cool things that you can use. One is vinegar. So I do use vinegar on occasion. I used to use it a lot more, and I'll tell you what I use instead in just a second. But it's a great way to kind of clean. It's fantastic for windows. It is great to kind of neutralize odors too. Hydrogen peroxide is another good one. And if you feel like you need to sanitize, I feel like that's a really good option is using your hydrogen peroxide. That's exactly what it does. Other things that I use for cleaning are baking soda. You can combine, some water with some baking soda and that creates like a paste and that will clean, that can kind of replace like your tub and tile cleaner. I mean, that can be your oven cleaner right there. I add a little bit of lemon essential oil because it works as kind of a natural degreaser and that works really great too. So, you can explore a lot of different options. So let me tell you a funny story. The whole reason why I even got into essential oils was because I was looking for cleaning products, and let's be honest, the stuff at Target is so expensive. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $7 on a household cleaner. Like, you're crazy. I can just use vinegar. It's like $1, right? Or 50 cents. But my husband hated the smell of vinegar. He was like, you need to find something else. Like, I cannot stand this. And I'm like, but the smell goes away. It's not that bad. But he just really didn't like it. So that's how I kind of got into essential oils. And I will tell you, this is what I love to do my good old fashioned household cleaning, right? This stuff is fantastic cleaner. So it's called Thieves Household Cleaner. And what you do is you get about a 20-ounce bottle. So I have glass bottle here. Do you want to know my trick? You know that apple cider vinegar bottle? I took the label off, washed in and out, and I just put a spray nozzle on it, and that is my household cleaner. I love it. I love these glass bottles. They look really nice on the counter. So what I do is I just add a capful of the Thieves Household Cleaner, 1 to 2 capfuls. I put it in here and then I fill it with water. That's all you need is 1 to 2 capfuls. So a bottle like this will easily last like 3 months. So that is so cool. So you just add 1 to 2 capfuls of your Thieves household cleaner, and this cleans everything. Like I clean my floors, my countertops, my sinks, like everything, my toys. I'll just sort of spray a little bit like on a, like on a napkin, right? I'll just sort of spray. I'll clean the walls, like every sort of surface in my home, around the toilets, right? You guys have heard the stinky toilet saga from me. I've used that to clean the toilets, everything. I even will combine a little bit of the Thieves household cleaner with some baking soda to create a paste, and that actually makes that sort of soft scrub even better than if I did it with water. But that is it. Good old-fashioned cleaning. So here is my favorite thing to share is back then when I used to have all these crazy toxic chemicals in my home, they would all be under the sink and I'd have to have the child lock on there. Do you remember that? Do you guys remember this? Anybody sort of relate to this? You'd have the child lock in there because it's like, oh my goodness, if they get in there, it's like you need to have the number for poison control on speed dial on your phone. I remember being so worried about this. I will tell you now, if you look under my kitchen sink, I should probably take you guys downstairs so you can see it. It's basically like some sponges, garbage bags. There's no chemicals in there. This is what you'll see under there. Hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, vinegar, Thieves household cleaner. There's no locks on it anymore. In fact, I'm like, hey kids, come here. You guys need to go under the sink. Please go under the sink and go grab stuff and start cleaning everything. So I encourage my kids now to go under the sink. I'm not worried about the things that are in there. And the same thing goes for my bathroom sinks. I don't have all these crazy toxic cleaners in there that can lead to, respiratory issues or whatever. Like I have good old-fashioned cleaning products that do an even better job, that don't have that smell that like debilitates your nose where you can't smell for like days, right? That's how I feel like when I smell bleach every time. But it's just good old-fashioned cleaning, and I encourage my kids to get in there, to go clean, and they love it. So that is my cool little trick, is get the vinegar bottle, add a couple of capfuls of Thieves household cleaner in here, and you could even power boost it and add a few drops of essential oil. I love lemon, Thieves, whatever, smells really great. Jess, you too, you told your husband, I told my husband, feels odd, but great telling my kids to get stuff from under the sink. Yeah, I totally agree. It's very sort of freeing to know that the things that you have in your home aren't going to make them sick, right? So the toxic cleaners, again, highly encourage you to do your own research and look it up. And, because you're the advocate for your family, you need to look that stuff up. And if you want to compare products, go look on ewg.org. That was such an eye-opening experience for me, because I would just take things from under my sink one by one and go, oh my gosh, this is an F. Oh my gosh, this is a D. Like, what have I been using on my family? And it can kind of make you feel a little crazy. And so when you go to natural, here's a really cool thing, is what I like to tell people is, other than vinegar, okay, clean doesn't really have a smell. I think we've all been led to believe that clean needs to smell like mountain mist or the fresh dew from a garden or spring grass. But let's be honest, right? Like, clean doesn't smell like that. Those are artificial scents. Those are artificial things that they have put, chemicals that they have put to smell like that, right? And the thing is it can actually desensitize your sense of smell. And that one fragrance that they list on the bottle could actually be up to 300 different chemical constituents. They don't have to disclose what it is because it's proprietary to that brand. So that to me is a little scary. I don't want any of that stuff in my home. So that's what I use. Vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, some essential oils, and my Thieves household cleaner. That's it. That's all I have in my home. And I do have a lady who comes to help me clean, because it's hard to keep up with, home-based business and 3 kiddos and everything else. So I have a lady that comes twice a month, and you know what? She uses my cleaning products. So I love that she does that. And so when I come home and, come walk around the house, it doesn't smell like bleach or crazy air fresheners. It just, the smell of clean to me is no scent at all. Or if you wanted to add a little essential oil in there, you could certainly do that. But clean doesn't have that crazy smell. It just smells clean, with the exception of vinegar, I guess. But vinegar, even that smell sort of dissipates. But clean just sort of smells like nothing, right? It's just clean. Becky, I always cleaned with a shirt mask. No more. Yeah, that's what my mom used to do too. She would have this like crazy thing going on with her shirt and her towel, and I'd be like, oh, I couldn't go to the bathroom for like, the whole day because it just smelled so awful. So thanks you guys for tuning in, and love your suggestions. If you have other suggestions for things that you would like me to cover, comment below, and thanks for tuning in. And I made this video public, so if you want to share this with others, I would be happy for you to do that. Thank you so much. I do have more recipes over at don'tmesswithmama.com, but really I love to do this just to educate, and if I can help one person get rid of one toxic thing in their home, I consider this whole thing a success. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Bye.